So a company had came out and condemned the unit, and I don't blame them for condemning a piece of shit Goodman like this. But you can see there's signs of oil everywhere, and this is R22. Just removing this fan, because the most common spot for these condenser coil leaks on these is right up here. And I'm putting my finger over it. Didn't even need to turn on the leak detector to find this one. But I do want to make sure that there's not any other leaks. Let's see what our standing pressure is. See if I can save some of this R22 liquid gold. Not much, maybe a pound or two. Got my cheater cord hooked up. Got my gauges hooked up, running through the filter dryer into the recovery machine, onto the recovery tank. All of the air is already purged out of the lines. Now, just need to turn this breaker on so we can get some power. Because there's no plug out here. And let's see how much of that R22 gold we can pull out. And while that's recovering, I just want to do a quick sweep, make sure there's no other leaks. It's usually just the top one, but this bottom one leaks a lot too. Right about 0 PSI, and look at that. Got a little over 3 pounds of that R22 gold. Not a bad haul. I'm gonna turn the power back off over here so I don't shock myself. Now we need to cut this back so we can work on it. Got that piece of metal out. Now, I'm gonna remove the valve core on the liquid line. Gonna open the nitrogen and just purge everything out, and then turn this down to braze. Got my acetylene torches set to about 3 PSI. Don't want to get it too hot. or to put a hole in it. Now back it off. As soon as it starts to melt, I back it off. I'm gonna grab one of these caps and then cap this. Gonna increase the pressure. While nitrogen's flowing through there, I'm gonna hit this up with soap bubbles. Okay, we're looking good. Let the nitrogen out. Then I'm gonna replace this liquid line dryer. I will not be deburring the bottom line. Running out of oxygen again. Ran out of acetylene and oxygen at the same time. Hey, I hope I got it. Checking for hissing, looking for bubbles. This is the most concerning one. We've been holding at 125 for quite a while. Still no bubbles and no hissing, so I'm gonna release the nitrogen back to its home in the atmosphere. Here's the setup I've been using for the past couple hundred repairs or so. I've got my piece of crap cheater cord right there because no one wants to give us any freaking power on this building. I've got my micron gauge hooked up to the field piece valve core removal tool, vacuum rated, and that's the Appian valve core rated removal tool. Valve cores are out. I'm using 3/8 hoses. My ballast is right now in the open position, and I'm gonna put the power on and we're gonna start pulling vacuum. And then once that reaches 3,000 microns, I'll go ahead and close down on the ballast. But it would help if I open these valves. There we go. of vacuuming, 1 minute of vacuuming. Now we're only going down 25 microns a minute. All right, I don't have all day. I got another one to do after this, so I'm gonna do a 10-minute decay test where I valve off my core removal tools. God. And then we're gonna make sure that this doesn't rise above 1,000 over the course of 10 minutes. I can turn that off. Got the MO99 ready to go. Get that moisture out of the line. All right, we flatlined at 399 with a positive of 1 micron per minute. I think we're good to break vacuum. I've got this. I need to valve off my micron gauge first. And I don't have this all the way on. I'm gonna crack this just a little bit. And then tighten down on it. We don't want any air in there. And we've got our scale ready to go. We're gonna put in 87 ounces, which is 5 pounds, 7 ounces. We pulled out 3 pounds, so she was leaking pretty fast. And I'm just gonna crack this valve. All right, breaking vacuum. Want to kind of meter it because there's no valve core in there. All right, got that valve core in while we're charging. All right, just a couple more ounces. Right about there, because we barely even have one floor. So the inside unit is 63 degrees. The outdoor temp is 63 degrees. I'm not gonna be able to charge this, so I just gotta guesstimate for now. And I think I'm pretty close. I just overshot it about 5 ounces to accommodate for about 5 to 10 feet of line set, but let's fire her up and just make sure that she's compressing, huh? She ain't pretty, but she's compressing. Wish I had a sticker, but that's the best I can do. Maybe she'll last another couple years. I know a lot of companies won't even touch a repair like that, and the one that came out wouldn't. They quoted 10 grand to replace inside and out, and I used maybe $20 worth of gas fittings and silphos rods plus all my equipment. But thanks for watching. My name's Dave. See you on the next one.